So, Stream sollte jetzt starten. Also dann erstmal an alle, die diesen VOD sehen. Hallo, herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Let's Play Steins Gate. Folge 51 inzwischen. Heilige Scheiße, du. Was soll ich sagen? Wir sind in einem absoluten Dilemma. Denn, naja, wir haben uns zumindest mit Kurisu ausgesprochen, wegen der Sache mit der Beta-Weltlinie, von der die ganze Geschichte ursprünglich stammt, auf der Kurisu tot ist. Sie sagt aber, man solle trotzdem rüberspringen und, naja, ist einfach, um Mayuri zu retten. Die Frage ist jetzt, was ist richtig, was ist falsch? Das ist nicht immer ganz so einfach, leider. Aber ja, ich würde sagen, dann mache ich jetzt hier einfach direkt den Anfang und rede nicht lange um den heißen Brei herum. Höchstens noch mal kurz erwähnen, Leute, für die, die es nie mitgekriegt haben, wobei ich habe es ja in diesem Ding auch schon erwähnt, es gibt einen Bandcamp-Link, falls ihr mein Hörbuch finanziell unterstützen wollt. Wenn nicht, ist auch okay. Fertig. So. And that's how I find myself here, sitting motionless in front of the time leap machine. I've been staring at it for hours. When we got caught in that evening shower on the Radikan rooftop, my clothes got soaked, but now they're completely dry. My body temperature has dropped, but I don't have the energy to warm myself with a shower. I sluggishly get to my feet and pick up the headset. The sight of it fills me with resignation. Resignation. That's all. Ja, stimmt, er hat letzte Folge ja auch mehrfach versucht zurückzuspringen und irgendwas zu tun, um Mayuri zu retten, und nichts hat funktioniert. There is no desperate drive to save Mayuri. No hope that this time I might succeed. Those emotions are long gone. In truth, they have been gone since my argument with Kurisu. Deep down, I always knew that she was right. I pretended not to see it. I told myself that the time leap machine could solve everything. But that was just an excuse, a last attempt to satisfy my ego. In the end, all I'm doing is running away. I turn around in surprise, and there I see Kurisu standing in the doorway. I thought she never wanted to see me again. Why is she here? Why? Kurisu ignores my question and fixes me with her usual glare. Time leaping is just running away. You don't have to tell me. I already know. I know all too well. In the end, all I'm doing is running away, running from responsibility, running from the decision. If I had known I would have to make this choice, then I would have refused Suzuha when she entrusted me with her mission. I've hurt people, lots of people, just to save Mayuri. And yet, I don't even feel guilty anymore. I feel like I'm losing my humanity. Then why are you hesitating now? Maybe because my insurance, the time leap machine, isn't effective. Or maybe I still haven't mastered it yet. I just haven't mastered it yet. Maybe I haven't tapped into its full potential. Running only makes it hurt more. She suddenly looks away. Then she leans against the wall and smiles bitterly. I should know. Is Kurisu running too? From what?
見てられない。自分の顔鏡で見た。急に老けたように見える。
Look at yourself, Okabe. You look like you've aged a decade.
心がボロボロになってるんじゃない？そこまで思い悩まずに、私の言うことを素直に受け入れればいいんだ。
Your heart can't take it anymore. You don't need to beat yourself up like this. Just accept the truth.
さっき言った通り、あんたはここにとどまっちゃいけない。
Like I said, you can't stay here.
ベータ世界線に行きなさい。マユリが死なない世界へ。
Go to the beta world line. Go to the world where Mayuri doesn't die.
それがあんたのためでもあるし、私のためでもある。
Not just for your sake, but for mine as well. She's right. I have no other options left. No more D-mails, no more time leaps. There's no perfect world where both Kurisu and Mayuri live. Maybe there are things I have yet to try, but I'm certain that all of them will end in vain. As long as I stay on this world line, Mayuri will die. And if I go to the beta world line, Kurisu will die. We'll never be able to talk like this again. It's only been 20 days since we met, and yet memories of Kurisu flash before my eyes.
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。
Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine.
例えば実際に皆さんが体ごと過去や未来へ行くことができるようなタイムマシンを作るにはまず何が必要か考えてみましょう。
Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need?
誰がクリスティーナだ？一言も言っとらんわ。
Who the hell's Christina? I never said that.
これまでの自分を否定したくないの。たとえ失敗ばかりだったとしても、それを含めて今の自分があるんだから。
I don't want to deny who I've been, because even my failures are a part of who I am today.
私たち、ひょっとすると、とんでもないものを作っちゃったかもしれない。
We may have created a monster here.
前に、あんた言ってくれたでしょ。私のこと、大切な仲間だって。あれ、結構嬉しかったっていうか。
You said I was your friend, remember? You said I was important to you. That made me really happy, I guess.
じゃあ、電話レンジの改良が終わったら、一緒についてきて。
Once we're done upgrading the phone wave, I want you to come with me.
あんたの力になりたい。
I want to be your strength.
私のために、そこまで苦しんでくれて。
Thank you. I know you're hurting for me. So much has happened these past 20 days. We argued, we exchanged insults. We made incredible discoveries together, and when confronted with the implications, we shared our fears. Whenever I hit a dead end in my struggle to save Mayuri, I always turned to Kurisu for help. She always listened. She always believed me. And I helped her too, when she was distraught over her father. We promised to go to Aomori together. Without this girl genius on our side, we would not have the time leap machine. Proud, passionate Makise Kurisu, always strong, or at least pretending to be, a little nosy too, and serious to a fault. Before I knew it, she had become the center of the lab. From the very beginning, I was attracted to her radiant confidence. I found myself mesmerized by her every gesture, hanging on her every word. I listened enraptured whenever she presented her latest theory. At the end of the day, the reason I never called her by her name was because I was too embarrassed. I admired her, I longed for her, and I didn't want to admit it to myself. Only now do I realize the truth. I love her, and that is why I want so desperately to save her. She's not just a fellow lab member. To me, Kurisu is far more than that. And yet, I have no choice. In the end, everything she said was right. I can't save you. I'm sorry. In a desperate attempt to hold back my tears, I bite my lip tightly. The taste of blood spreads through my mouth. Why does it have to be you? Why? I pound my fist on the table. Silence. Nothing moves. Outside the window was only darkness. Was it... Jetzt verspreche ich mich auch noch in dieser Szene. Is this what it's like to be the only person left in the world? Hey, Okabe. Once you go to the beta world line, Mayuri and Hashida will forget the time we spent together, right? Kurisu's cheeks start to redden, and she turns away. Will you remember me? Her voice is barely a whisper. Of course I'll remember you. Of course I will. There's no way I could ever forget the girl most important to me. Eh? You mean... What the hell are you saying? The truth. But proof. I need proof. I can't come up with a formula otherwise. Kurisu's getting flustered for some reason. When the anterior pituitary gland hypersecretes ACTH and gamma waves induce stochastic resonance, we can assume an infinite Hausdorff dimension for the Hilbert curve. ACTH, oder Corticotropin. Adrenocorticotrophic hormone, secreted in response to stress. Yep, Corticotropin kenne ich. Biologen wissen, hehe. That is, we can measure the asymptotic line with positron emission tomography. Yeah. I speak her name. Our eyes meet. I love you. Kurisu looks away. Her face is bright red. And you? What? Do you, how do you feel about me?
知りたいのか
You want to know? Kurisu suddenly looks me straight in the eye. Her face is still red, but her expression is firm. She walks straight up to me, grabs me by the collar, and jerks me towards her.
目を閉じろ
Close your eyes! Did I make her mad? Perhaps Kurisu hates me for some reason. Maybe she really did mean all these insults she said to me. That would be really sad. I slowly lick my trembling lips and timidly try to ask a question. Why close my...
いいから閉じなさいよ
Just shut up and close them! I do as I'm told, though I still don't know why she's so angry. My collar is still in Kurisu's grip. Abruptly, I feel a soft sensation against my lips. The faint scent of citrus tickles my nose. When I open my eyes in surprise, I see Kurisu's face scanned millimeters away. And then I understand what has happened. She's kissing me. Her lips are very warm. My mind goes blank. I'm unable to think. I want to stay like this forever. But soon, our lips separate. Kurisu looks down shyly. What?
別にしたくてしたんじゃないから
It's not like I did it because I wanted to or anything.
たださっき約束したでしょ私のこと忘れないでって
It's just, you promised that you wouldn't forget about me.
より強烈な感情とともに海馬に記名されたエピソード記憶は忘却されにくいのよ
Research shows that memories are harder to forget when coupled with intense emotions.
それに岡部は変態童貞だからファーストキスのことについて聖地化リハーサルが行われるはずでそれはすぐに長期記憶になってそうそう忘れないかって思って
Yeah, you're a... Oh, okay, sie sagt noch weiter aus. You're a virgin and a perv, so I was sure you would have an elaborate rehearsal on your first kiss, instantly making it a long-term memory you'd never forget, so... Elaborative rehearsal. In psychology, the act of transferring short-term memory to long-term memory. This is done by attaching meaning to the matter of to be remembered, or by relating the matter to some other familiar memory. Was das angeht, möchte ich gut sagen, es gibt auch noch das Arbeitsgedächtnis, aber das wird gerne vergessen. Also wir haben quasi auch noch eine Art RAM-Speicher.
どうしても岡部にだけは私のこと忘れてほしくなかったから
I just don't want you to forget about me, Okabe, no matter what. My heart fills with love for Kurisu as she makes her frantic excuses. What a relief. Kurisu wasn't mad, she was just trying to hide her embarrassment. I want to be with her even more. I want to talk with her even more. I want to learn even more about her. But I know that wish can never come true. My chest tightens. I feel like I'm suffocating. Desperate to keep my emotions under control, I place my own hands on top of Kurisu's, which are still grabbing my collar. Sorry to disappoint you. That wasn't my first kiss. Yep, es gab die eine Sache mit Moeka da. Why You're just a cherry boy!
うるさい少女。
Shut up, virgin. I remember playfully kissing Mari in elementary school, and just a little while ago I forcibly kissed Moeka to silence her. But that was on another world line, and now it never happened, so I guess it doesn't count?
そうか。あんたは初めてじゃなかったのね。
So it wasn't your first.
そうだ。だから今のは印象としては弱い。長期記憶にはならないかもしれない。
Right, so it only left a weak impression. Probably not enough to become a long-term memory. I'm lying, of course. I've never felt such an intense kiss as that. The shock was like a lightning bolt to the brain. But still, I'm lying. Because if I miss this opportunity, I'll never be able to touch Kurisu again. This is my last chance.
だからもう一度だ。
So, once more. What? Kurisu fidgets. She usually glares at me harshly, but now she's avoiding my eyes.
絶対に忘れたくないから。念には念を入れる。
I don't ever want to forget, so let's make doubly sure. I decide to take the initiative. I wrap my arm gently around Kurisu's waist and pull her slender body against mine.
それならしょうがないな。
Then I guess there's no choice. Kurisu looks up at me shyly.
キスだけ。どうぞ。
Just a kiss, okay? What's she worried I'll do?
ちゃんとその優しくして。
Be gentle, okay? I run my fingers softly through her hair. Then I slowly bend down.
お金。
We're both shy, so we end up pecking at each other's lips like two small birds. Then we draw back and look at each other. Kurisu's eyes are wet. Tears are running down her cheeks. I kiss them away. They're salty.
忘れないで。
Don't forget me. We press our lips together again. Stronger than the first time. Longer than the first time. I never want to let go. We embrace each other tightly, our feelings too powerful to contain. We seek each other's warmth again and again. Locked in our embrace, we feel each other's breath. We feel each other's scent. We feel each other's taste.
時間が。
It's too fast. Kurisu's whisper resonates through our embrace.
あっという間に過ぎていく。
Time's going by too fast.
今だけはアインシュタインに文句を言いたい気分。
I could really use a word with Einstein right now.
時間は絶対的じゃない。
Time's not absolute.
アインシュタインは時間が人や状況によって長くなったり短くなったりするものなんだって科学的に証明した。
Einstein proved that time could be fast or slow, depending on the observer.
ねえ、岡部、
Hey, Okabe.
相対性理論ってとてもロマンチックで、
The theory of relativity is so romantic.
でも切ないものだね。
And so sad, don't you think? How does Kurisu feel about me? In the end, she never really answered my question. Early morning, Akihabara Station. Kurisu is standing before the entrance with her huge suitcase beside her. She waves to me shyly as I approach. Then she blushes and shoots me her usual glare. After that kiss, Kurisu went back to her hotel to pack. That suitcase must hold everything she brought to Japan. She's going back to America.
それじゃあ
Well then,
マユリとダルは本当に呼ばなくていいのか？
are you sure I shouldn't call Mayuri and Daru?
なんだかみんなに見送られると辛くなるから
I think that would just make it harder.
岡部だけなら何のためらいもなく日本を立てる
But you, I have no trouble leaving behind.
ジョーク
That was a joke. Kurisu looks like she's about to cry. I'm sure I look just as sad. But I won't cry. I don't have that right.
手土産だ。持っていけ。
This is a souvenir. Take it. I hand her future gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. It's a bamboo helicopter equipped with a CCD camera which allows it to record video in the air. A truly groundbreaking invention. Also, eine Drohne, na super. But sadly, due to its constant high-speed rotation, the video it produces tends to cause motion sickness. Okay, perfekt.
いらね
No thanks. Ach, ich verstehe jetzt, wie das Ding funktioniert. Das ist einfach nur so ein Teil, das sich nur dreht und dadurch fliegt. Okay.
いいから。そんなにかさばるわけじゃないし。
Just take it. It's not even that bulky. I wanted to give her future gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball, but it was too big. Kurisu accepts bamboo helicam with a strained smile.
しょうがないから受け取っておく
Oh, fine. I guess I'll take it. And then, silence. No words of farewell. We just look at each other.
青森。一緒に行けなかったな。
Sorry I couldn't go with you to Aomori.
うん
Yeah,
でもこの2週間なんだかんだで楽しかった
but these 2 weeks were fun. In their own way.
まゆりや橋田によろしくね
Give my regards to Mari and Hashida, okay? Kurisu spreads her arms wide. Without a moment's hesitation, I step forward and embrace the girl genius one last time.
岡部頑張って
Hang in there, Okabe.
元気で。
Stay well. Kurisu smiles faintly, then turns and walks toward the entrance with suitcase in hand. I watch her go, unable to move a muscle. I want to stop her. I want to wrap my arms around her and tell her to stay with me forever. But I can't. This is what we decided. To save Mari. To save the future. I'm sorry, Kurisu. I can't save you. Kurisu will disappear. She'll be left behind on this world line. There's no place for her in the coming world.
俺は
I
マキセクリスのことを。マキセクリスのぬくもりを。
will remember you, Makise Kurisu. I will remember your warmth.
絶対に忘れない。
I will never forget. I don't know whether Kurisu hears my words. She keeps walking. Stride steady, back straight. Long, silky hair fluttering in the wind. She's quickly fading into the distance. But I can tell. I see her shoulders trembling. We will never meet again. Our world lines will never cross again. I'm glad I met you, Kurisu. I would have been lost without you. I love you. Goodbye. I stand there in the entrance as commuters file past, until long after she has vanished from sight, afraid that any motion, any thought, might cause the tears to fall.
それではこれよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する。
The time has come. We will now commence the final phase of Operation Verdhandi. Mari and Daru turn to me and nod. Today is the last day of Komima. Daru wanted to attend, of course, but a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have been madness. It's incredible to think that at one point this lab had a whole 8 members. And now we're back to 3. The memories we made, the experiences we shared. To save Mari, I will undo them all. There's sorrow in me and guilt. I engrave them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget, I mustn't forget, these long yet short summer days. But still, I choose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything back to normal. Suzuha's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. As long as Mari lives, nothing else matters. Daru, you may begin. You sure? Yeah. Wenn er das schon so sagt. Daru starts typing on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get us into CERN's central database, where they keep the data they mine with Echelon. There we will locate the first D-mail I sent on July 28th and erase all trace of its existence. With this, I can reach the beta world line. At last, Mari will be safe. I look at Mari. She's on the couch, sitting straight as a ramrod with her grandmother's pocket watch pressed to her ear. She stays still, her eyes closed. Whenever Mari wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Earlier I told Mari everything. I guess she's come to terms with it in her own way. The actual work I've left to Daru, no problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I've made irreplaceable friends because of this thing, and because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. And I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still, once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. We must never make the same mistakes again. Ocarine, I found it! It's really there! The D-mail I sent? It's there? It sure is, man. Daru points to a string of characters. My name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Kurisu's death. 3 lines total, each 12 characters long. This data led CERN to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Moeka and the Rounders attacked. If Suzuha is right, then by erasing this data, we will escape from Attractor Field Alpha, where CERN dominates the future. That will take us to Attractor Field Beta, to the Beta world line within its range of convergence, to a future without Mari's death. Mari is standing next to me, gazing intently at the monitor. She grasps my hand firmly. It's okay. She looks anxious, so I pat her head to calm her down. Everything's set. One press of the enter key and that data's gone. Daru stands up and gestures to the open seat. I leave that honor to you, Okarin. I sit down and face the keyboard. This time it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. Slowly, I raise my right hand and extend my index finger. Victory is at hand! Daru twitches at my cry. With unimaginable brilliance and unwavering conviction, I have defeated our vast and powerful enemy and now stand triumphant on the field of Ragnarok. I give thanks to the comrades whose sacrifice made this victory possible. One press of this key and Kurisu will die. I firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it has been stitched together with the jagged pink thread. The coming world is the world I wished for. I wished for Mari to live and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Steins Gate. This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro. Let the world be reborn. I swing down my index finger. And at the exact same time I hear the lab door open. My eyes dart toward the sound. There in the doorway stands Kurisu. Her face is flushed. Was she running? Why is she here? She should be on her way to the airport right now. Kurisu is looking at me. Her eyes are glistening, but her face is all smiles. Did she come back for me? In a split second of frozen time, I imagine I hear her voice. We didn't say goodbye, she says. Immediately afterward, my finger strikes the enter key. The world starts to warp. The timeline is being rewritten. I feel my consciousness being sucked into the vortex. Reading Steiner. Divergence is changing. The warp accelerates. Kurisu. Daru. Mairi. Everything inside the lab is shifting. Color fades as my consciousness leaves this world line. I turn to face Kurisu, desperate to burn this last sight of her into my eyes. She raises her hand. Goodbye. Okabe, I love... Und damit sind wir bei Divergenz über 1. The world gradually stops spinning. Little by little, color returns. I look to the door. She was standing there just a moment ago. My assistant, Christina, Makise Kurisu. Now she's gone, vanished like a dream. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Behind me is Mayuri. Everything is where it should be. It looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder, where Kurisu fixed a torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No, that's not the time leap machine. That's the phone wave, name subject to change. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world is exactly the same, in all respects save one. Kurisu was never here. Every trace of her has vanished. Kurisu is nowhere now. Nowhere except in my memories. Mari and Dara are looking at me. Hey, who was Lab Mem 004 again? I need to ask. Even though I know that the answer will be, what the answer will be. Ocarine, there isn't a fourth Lab Mem, remember? Are you going to introduce a new member? Requesting cute girl. No. I knew that it would be like this. But the fact that they forgot her existence is so saddening, so frightening. I am the only person in the world who remembers Makise Kurisu as lab member 004, so I won't forget. I alone will live with her memory engraved upon my heart. Now, time to proclaim my triumph. There are still things that must be done, and many sacrifices were made to get there. But despite all that, this is my victory. I have won. Mayuri and Daru stare in wonder at my abrupt laughter. The last battle of Ragnarok is won.
IQ170 の霊理なる頭脳により機関およびセレンのあらゆる攻撃に対し
I, the insane mad scientist Hoin Kyoma, with an IQ rivaling that of Einstein himself, have thwarted the organization, outsmarted CERN.
時空を操ることで完全に勝利したのだ。まさに俺は神に等しき存在となった。
And conquered the whole of space and time. Now, at the moment of my triumph, I stand before you as a god. This brave new world is the fruit of my ambition. Entschuldigung, verlese ich mich auch nochmal. Von vorne. This brave new world is the fruit of my ambition. The hated system shall collapse, and chaos shall rule the earth. This truly is the choice of Steins. Mari suddenly throws her arms around me. I freeze, utterly taken aback. Daru looks as confused as I am. Mari looks up at me and smiles. It's the gentlest smile I've ever seen. It's okay now. What are you saying? I must proclaim a glorious victory that all may...
泣き出しそうな顔してるんだもん。
But Okarin, you look like you're about to cry.
ねえ、無理しないで。前にも言ったよね。マユシーはオカリンの重荷にはなりたくないって。
You don't have to try so hard, okay? I know you're doing it for me, but I don't want to be a burden.
もうその口調続けなくてもいいんだよ。
So you don't have to pretend anymore, okay?
辛いなら普通に戻ってオカリンの心をね、さらけ出してもいいんだよ。
If you're hurting, just say so. Like normal Okarin would.
俺は
But I...
もうマユシーのことは気にしなくていいから。
You don't have to worry about Maishi anymore.
マユシーは大丈夫だから。
Maishi is fine.
オカリンはね、オカリンのために泣いてもいいんだからね。
So you can cry if you want to, okay? Wirkt fast, als wüsste sie so ein bisschen was. Vielleicht nicht alles, aber so ein kleines bisschen.
何があったのかはわからないけど、
I don't know what happened,
泣いてもいいんだよ。
but it's okay to cry now. And just like that, the mask shatters. All it took was one word from Mairi. Mairi, the sister I never had, the girl who always needed my protection. I had to save her. That was my purpose. I even sacrificed the girl I loved. But now, I finally realized that it's over. Mairi is safe. I'm free. Once more, I see Kurisu's face in my mind's eye. I recall the warmth of her body, the softness of her lips, the weight of her last words. One by one, they pound against my heart. I can't bear it anymore.
オカリンマジで泣いてんの？
Whoa, man. Are you really crying? My vision blurs. Tears run down my cheeks.
俺は
I... A tidal wave of emotion crashes over me. Nothing remains to hold it back. I'll never see Kurisu again. That knowledge shreds my heart. I can't hold back my sobs. I can't stop my tears. This is the world I've been searching for. A world where Mairi does not die. And yet, it is missing the person most precious to me. It's too much. It's too cruel. Why did it have to be Kurisu? Why was I forced to choose? Why did she send me off with a smile? I cling to Mairi. She strokes my hair gently. I surrender to my grief. 3 days have passed since then and Mairi is still alive. Ich möchte kurz anmerken, das Ganze, was die letzte Zeit, also die letzten Szenen passiert ist, bis auf so ein paar, wie soll man sagen, es gibt ein paar kleine Gemeinsamkeiten zwischen dem Default-Ende und eben dem True-Ending. Wir sind natürlich auf dem Weg zum True-Ending. Aber zum Beispiel die Szene mit dem Kuss, wenn ich mich recht erinnere, ist, glaube ich, eine eigene, also die für dieses Ende spezifisch ist. Kann aber auch sein, dass ich mich da irre. Ich meine jedenfalls, dass es so war. Es ist lange her, dass ich das selber so normal gespielt habe. Aber wir haben auf jeden Fall, ja, wenn ich mich recht erinnere, war das ohne den Kuss und dieses Liebesgeständnis. Das kriegt man auch, wenn man eben zu dem nicht ganz True Ending kommt. Aber ja, das waren jetzt alles Sachen, die mit diesem True Ending zusammenhängen. oder ich nenne es einfach mal mit Namen, diese ganzen Enden, die es alternativ gibt, sind Enden, die quasi sich auf den Charakter beziehen. Es gibt halt diese 3 Enden, bei denen man aussteigen kann, also das Suzuha-Ende, das Ferris-Ende und das Luca-Ende. Dann gibt es das Default-Ende, das ist das Mayuri-Ende. Dann gibt es das, wenn man mindestens eine True Ending Flag hat, das ist das Kurisu-Ende. Und es gibt das True Ending, was eben wieder eine eigene Sache ist und nicht mit diesem Charakter spezifisch zusammenhört, aber eine Verlängerung des Kurisu-Endes darstellt. So, 3 days have passed since then and Mayuri is still alive. Moeka and the Rounders have not attacked, and Tennoji has shown no sign of moving against us. Daru has been visiting May Queen as usual, while Mayuri has been working on costume designs for next Komima. Everything is back to normal. Everything, save for the hole in my heart. That's that. I'm standing by the dumpster out back of the lab. We just finished dumping the last of the trash. This morning I called Daru and together we dismantled the phone wave and the IBM 5100. Man, what a waste. That thing was worth a fortune. And now we don't have a microwave. How will Mayushi eat her juicy chicken number 1? Come on, I'll get you a new microwave. We no longer need the phone wave, that miraculous time machine built by coincidence. It brought Kurisu into my life, but at the same time it made many people suffer. It must never be used again, not by me, not by anyone. It's time for the phone wave to die, and with it, the insane mad scientist Ho in Kyoma, Lord of Space and Time. I recall what Kurisu once said. I don't want to deny who I've been, because even my failures are a part of who I am today. I gaze once more upon the scrap heap that was Future Gadget number 8. We stripped it down to the last bolt and circuit board. Surely no one can rebuild it now. Time travel is too much power for any human to wield. We don't need D-mails or time leaps. Even if nothing in the future is guaranteed. Even though I may die tomorrow, life was never meant to be redone. And that's fine by me. Wouldn't you say so too, Kurisu? I look up at the sky, and even though it's the middle of the day, I can see a single star shining. Maybe it's Venus, which suddenly reminds me. Going to the past is possible right now. Look into the sky at night, and you can see how things were tens of thousands of years ago. Every night we casually travel through time. That's what Kurisu said. And each and every word she spoke, I carve into my heart. So that I'll never let them slip from my memory. For as long as my life endures. So. Und das wäre jetzt eigentlich das Ende. Wenn wir nicht alle True Ending Flags hätten. Das heißt, jetzt gibt es tatsächlich einmal den Abspann. Aber danach wird es nicht vorbei sein. Ich muss aber definitiv den... Ach nee, das werdet ihr wahrscheinlich gar nicht sehen, weil die meisten werden es im VOD sehen, von den paar, die es sehen werden. Ich weiß, dieses Projekt ist nicht gerade für jeden das Richtige. Aber ich mag solche Visual Novels. Und ja, ich kann den Cast hier definitiv nicht lesen. Ich kann weder Hiragana noch Katakana noch Kanji lesen. Das ist für meinen Geschmack ein bisschen viel. Okay, jetzt sehen wir hier so ein paar Sachen, was auch immer das bedeutet. Okay. Sharp. Oder ist es dann Shatterp? Egal. Wahrscheinlich Sharp. 2D Graphic. 5 PB, ja. Ach ja, übrigens, von denen, die zum Beispiel die Zero Escape-Reihe und Danganronpa rausgebracht haben, ist jetzt seit einer Weile ein neues Spiel raus. Ich glaube, es sind dieselben Publisher, ich glaube nicht dieselben Entwickler in vieler Hinsicht. Wobei die Entwickler von Danganronpa sind es, glaube ich, auch. Und zwar, das Spiel heißt Zanki Zero Last Beginning. Ich spiele das gerade selbst und muss... Oh! Da merkt man, es ist noch nicht ganz vorbei. Zanki Zero Last Beginning heißt das Spiel. Das spiele ich gerade selbst und muss sagen, gefällt mir auch wenn es sehr abgedreht ist an einigen Punkten. Aber ja, da klingelt ein Handy. Man kann dann rangehen und das abbrechen. Chapter 11. Open the Steins Gate. Das kommt einzig und allein dadurch, dass wir das True Ending gemacht haben. Das heißt, was heißt mitten am Ende des Codex Endings heißt es plötzlich, hör mal, da stimmt was nicht. Da ist jemand. Oder da ruft jemand an. Wer das ist? Das werden wir in der nächsten Folge erfahren. Ich glaube nicht, dass ich dieses Ende dann in einer Folge durchkriege, aber in 2 sicher. Also in 2 relativ sicher. Das heißt, das Ganze nähert sich dem Ende. Und ja, dann für die es sich ansehen und bis hierhin geguckt haben, Leute, lasst doch mal in den Kommentaren, was ich dann vielleicht als nächstes Streaming-Projekt machen soll. Soll ich irgendwas nehmen, was einfach so in einzelnen Episoden oder Matches immer wieder mal kurz kommen kann? Oder wollt ihr vielleicht wieder was mit einer langen Story wie das hier? Schreibt es mal in die Kommentare. Aber genug davon. Das war Folge 51. Das Ganze nähert sich dem absoluten großen Finale. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß. Lasst konstruktive Kritik da, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben. Wer weiß, vielleicht hat der ein oder andere ein Tränchen vergossen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Cheerio.